Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to the channel. So it's exciting times here in Sydney. It's midsummer, and you know what that means. The figs are in ripening mode. They've started, they're all out, they're on the attack, but there's something else on the attack. Yeah, you might have guessed it, the bats are on the attack as well. It's an absolute massacre. Basically, out of 10 ripening figs, the bats are smashing 8 or 9 figs, and they're leaving me with 1 or 2 figs. The inferior, not even the good ones. The inferior, I'm forced to eat them underripe. I've got no choice. Otherwise, I'll get nothing. Literally nothing. I've been growing figs for the last 10 years in this property, in my house. Never had a problem with bats. Not to this extent. You lose a fig from time to time, but this is an absolute massacre. Absolute massacre of a situation. It got me thinking, why? What's different this season compared to the previous 10 other seasons? And it finally hit me. My cat, my cat died this previous winter, a few months ago, 5-6 months ago. Got run over by a car, and he was the reason why the bats never really bothered me. He kept them at bay. They wouldn't dare come into the property. It was very territorial, and they wouldn't dare come into his territory. I mean, I did find the odd bat with a missing head from time to time, rarely, but for the most part, they knew that if they came into to the backyard, it's not going to be a happy ending, and they kept away. But as soon as the cat's gone, these guys are just getting comfortable. They're spending all nighters in my house, in my trees, feasting on my figs, ripe, unripe, breaking branches. They're big. They're flying foxes. Bats and flying foxes. They're huge. So you can imagine when it lands on a branch. It's a small branch is not going to support the weight of a flying fox. So basically, when the cat's away, the bats will play, and play they were. So I had to find a solution. I can't. This means war. I can't just ignore it. It's a serious situation. What do you do? So I started doing some research, and I came across this little contraption. It's a what's the name of this thing? Solar Animal Away Elite. That's what they call it. It's from a company called Pest First Defense Pest Control. So they deal with all sorts of pests. This is one of their products. And I thought I'll give it at least a week before I make a video, before I come to a conclusion. And the conclusion is out. Guys, if you have a problem with bats or birds or any other pests such as rabbits, possums, rats, even deer, I suppose. This thing is absolutely phenomenal. Well, at least it works for me anyway. So every time, previously, every day I come in the morning to check the fig just before I go to work or when I come back from work. And there's like 5-6 plus organza bags with nothing inside on the ground, demolished. So what they do, the bats, they land on the fig, they start chewing on it, then the whole thing drops to the floor, obviously because they're huge, and the bats or the flying foxes, and they just drop it to the floor. They jump on the floor and they start chewing on it, and they suck all the juices out of it, and all I'm left is a bag that's got a remnants of chewed up figs inside of it, like vomit. But ever since I installed this thing, it's been a week and not one casualty yet. Nothing at all. And I'm actually enjoying my figs now. So this thing is motion censored. It's solar powered. So basically, you know, it does take batteries as an option, just in case you haven't got enough sun in your situation. But it does. It is solar powered. It's got a rechargeable battery, so it charges up via the sun. Just like it's got a mini solar panel on top. It's also got the option of a USB port where you can charge it manually using a USB port supplied. And it does have the option of taking normal batteries as well, just in case. So it's pretty much just install and forget. And I'll show you how, what I've done with it. So I've put a stake in the ground, high stake. The reason why I've done that is just to keep it out of reach of the little one, my own little pest. That I can't control. Otherwise, if I leave it too low, she's gonna have her way with it. So you can see it there. It's nice and high. You can see the sensor there, and it's got like what do you call them? Speakers. It's got speakers. So basically, it's motion censored. Every time it senses any movement, you can set it up for 24-hour operation, day and night, or just night alone. It's up to you what you want to do. Yeah, so anything that passes by it, there you go. Okay, you heard it, right? Yeah, there it goes again. Because I've got it on now just for demonstration. So basically every time it senses motion or any movements in front of it, it kicks in and it starts emitting. You have the choice of different sounds. So I've got it now on ultrasonic, which is anti-bat. Basically it makes that sort of a squeaking bat-like sound. And at the same time it's got different random sounds as well, such as alarms and dogs barking and lions roaring and all sorts of things. It keeps it random because bats, animals, or especially bats, being highly intelligent, they get used to systematic repetitive sounds. So if they hear the same sound over and over again, they get used to it and they ignore it. Eventually they ignore it. But this thing keeps mixing it up, different sounds, different patterns, and it's also got flashing LED lights at night, which is probably the most effective thing because bats obviously don't like light. And it just flashes sort of randomly as it's going off. And it's worked a treat for me. Even during the day, sometimes I'll, just out of curiosity, I'll leave it on during the day, and I see a flock of birds, that are fig-eating birds or fruit-eating birds. And as soon as they land on the fig tree, which is within reach of the sensor, it goes off, and you see them, they shit themselves and start flying away. So it's actually very effective from what I've seen for the last week or so. I haven't had any problems. I've been eating all my figs, thank God, and I haven't had any issues with bats whatsoever. I mean, birds I can deal with because birds will just peck sort of some figs from my experience, and once even like from what I gathered, they only go after the figs or the fruit in general just for the moisture. So if there's water around, you can put a bit of water, or if there's water nearby, they ignore the figs, they go after the water. Not the bats. Bats are out specifically to feast on my figs, nothing else. They're not doing it for the moisture, they're not doing it for the water, they're doing it for the figs, plain and simple. So there's no other way around it. And yeah, now that they're gone, it's I've been actually enjoying my beautiful, delicious figs as they ripen, because they got me worried for a bit, because either the only other option is just to get another cat. I know cats can be harmful to wildlife, but sorry, but you know, how else could I defend against the, you know, defend my figs against the bats? And I don't like netting the whole tree, especially fig trees. They it's not ideal, especially in a non-Mediterranean climate, in a humid climate such as Sydney. They don't like it, especially when you cover them. It restricts the flow and they start getting fungal diseases and issues, and the whole tree will suffer. So I couldn't do that to my figs. But yeah, luckily so far, this thing is absolutely awesome. And I've been enjoying my figs. There's another one there. Couldn't take another day or so, but for scientific purposes, for demonstration purposes, I thought I'll give you a bit of a treat. So this is the white Adriatic. You can use another day or so, but I just had dinner and I need a fig to satisfy my sweet cravings. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Jammy, delicious, strawberry goodness, beautiful. And this thing could still use a couple of days. Still amazing. That's it, that's what I'm talking about. Couldn't get the bats get him. So guys, if you have any pest issues, for any tree that is, whether it's a fig tree or stone fruit or loquat or anything like that, birds and possums, especially this thing, I reckon, I mean, I haven't got possums in my backyard. Thank God, alhamdulillah, I haven't got any possums. I've got everything else but possums. But I reckon this thing will work a treat against possum. It's absolutely perfect for possums. Because of the flashing light and those random sounds and lights and other things that it does, it'll freak them out. You know, I'll be walking out at night here and then it goes off and I'll shit myself. That's how that's how aggressive this thing catches you off guard. So you can imagine if an animal is walking past, he will literally shit himself if it goes off. So it's definitely worth a try. I bought it online. I think I paid $130, $140 for it or so. Definitely worth it. Especially if it means you never have to worry about certain pests ever again. So I would actually definitely give it a go if I had possum issues or issues with possums, birds, even rabbits. They recommend it for rabbits. Even in some cases deers, wild deer. So definitely look it up, give it a go. I'm not sure, I think it's an Australian product, but I'm sure you can get it online. This is not an endorsed product. You know, I'm not getting paid for this, but I thought I'll share it with you guys because I know a lot of people have problems with pests such as, you know, bats and birds and possums and so on. So I thought it will help a lot of people if I shared what worked for me. And that's it for this segment. I hope that works for you too. Give it a crack. Nothing to lose, or maybe $130 to lose, which is, you know, not much considering the pros that can come out of this, the positives. So definitely give it a crack. And if I was of any help to you guys, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe if you haven't already, be our guest, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And I'll see you in the next one, inshallah.